I picked some stocks on May 29th of 2020. I was planning to do these stocks for 3 to 6 months, short-term stocks, and then I ended up actually selling them recently because, well, last month, because I actually had to uh, have enough for a down payment on a mortgage for a fourplex that I purchased. If you want to actually see that video, you can go here, or I don't know, somewhere. And then so I actually sold some of those stocks, so I don't actually have all those stocks anymore, but we're still going to go over them. And if you actually kept them, we can see where you're at. And if you didn't pick them, then I mean, you should have picked them and you would have made some money. Anyways, we're going to go over it and see how close we were at in terms of projections, and if we weren't, and we'll go through it now. So let's do that. So as you can see, these were the short-term stocks I picked on May 29th. As you can see, they were at this price. These are my short-term stocks: MFA, Save, DAL, CCL, and Cinemark, CNK. And then you can see KO, which is Coca-Cola, VONG, and BBR were my actual long-term stocks, which technically only Coca-Cola is a stock, and VONG and BBR are actually mutual funds. So I don't actually tend to project mutual funds because there's so many different stocks inside of them that it's hard to do that, but I still projected Coca-Cola at least. So anyways, we're going to go over it. So as you can see, on May 29th, I projected MFA to, this was a price on this day when I did the video, which is $1.77. I projected it to go up to $4. I said 3 to 4, but oh, and by the way, if you want, you can actually go to that video too. I'll put it in somewhere. If you want, you can do that, so you don't actually have to hear me right now. But if you don't want to do it, you can just hear me. So anyways, Save, it was $12.93. I projected $24. So on, so on. So anyways, now on this date, which is today, is December 14th of 2020. The market's already closed. But we're going to go over the current price right now. The current price for MFA is actually $3.83. So I was off by a few cents. And I'm actually pretty proud, not going to lie, because that's really close. If you would have bought when I told you to buy and sold today, you would have made double your money easy with MFA. So I'm pretty proud of that. I'm not going to lie. You guys messed up. And by the way, in the links, in the description, you actually find links for free stocks. So get in on that, because you need to get started sometime, man. Even if it's just like a few bucks, 20 bucks, 100 bucks, just to get you started and just to get your, your brain tinkering with like the idea of like, wow, this is what this means in terms of growth, or like this is what a dividend means. If you're a really big beginner, like in terms of like you don't know anything, you can understand what dividends are and stuff like that. So anyways, as you can see in Save, I projected at $24, and it actually currently is at $25.99. So if you would have purchased at this time, you would have had about literally doubled your money. My third pick was Delta Dow. It's Delta Airlines. I projected them to be up to $35, and they actually went up to $40. So that's pretty awesome. You would have made a good substantial amount on your money. And you have to understand, these are like crazy numbers. It was a crazy year, a lot of volatility this year, but you have to understand, like on a regular year, if you don't know this, you can being conservative, you'll get like 4%, 5%, 6%, 7%, 8%. Like if you're doing 9% to 11%, you're actually doing really well. So some stock people tend to do, like investors get like 20% and they like freak out like, wow, I did a good year this year, 20%. So you have to understand, like these numbers are sick. Just FYI, if you don't know. But I mean, if you're watching this, I'm assuming you know. So anyways, CCL, my fourth pick, I only went up 31%, which isn't that bad. Like I said, like this is an awesome year. What I was very surprised, I'm not gonna lie, is I was projecting Cinemark to do really well. So I projected it at $22. But as you can see, the current price has literally gone up like not even 3%, which is embarrassing because I made that pick and I was pretty adamant that I liked that pick. But as you can see right here, I have this. Anyways, the higher this number, the more undervalued I think this stock is. So if I were you, I would still consider buying the stock now because I think it's very undervalued. Cinemark. That's just me. I won't be doing my stock picks until probably January because I haven't really had time to analyze these stocks very well like I did in May. So anyways, my long-term stocks, we'll look at these now. On May 29th, I picked this Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola is just awesome. Literally, it's awesome. Like, no matter what you do, if you don't know anything about stocks and you're a beginner and you don't know where to put your money, put it in Coca-Cola. It doesn't matter if COVID happens. It doesn't matter if literally, I don't know, some disaster happens. Coca-Cola is going to do well. They're international. They're worldwide. They have a ton of cash on hand. And they pay a dividend. And they're just, man, they're just sick. They're a worldwide brand. So anyways, I projected them at $53. And hella, I was so freaking correct. They're at $53 right now and 27 cents. So you would have gotten 13%. And you might think, oh, you know, that's not that high compared to the other numbers. Dude, 13% in 1 year? That's ridiculous. That's a good percentage. Like I said, people think they do really well when they do 9 to 11% return. So a 13% return is awesome. The mutual funds that I looked at, VONG and VBR that I picked, they did like way better than I would have expected. Like if you would have told me even in May 29th, like, do you think they'll make the 20%? I would have told you no. I would have told you 15%, maybe like a good, yeah, like I would have been like, and that's me pushing it. Like 15%, I would have been like, if you're going to invest in it, you're probably going to get a good 15%. And they're very safe because there's a ton of stocks in those mutual funds. So they're not going to be so variable. Volatile, sorry. So if I would have told you, I would have guessed maybe 15% they would have grown. But they made a return of 27.68% and the other one was 30.68%. That's sick. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. I mean, I made some good picks. The only one I would say that I didn't was Cinemark, but I still believe that they will do well. They're very undervalued, but we'll see. I don't know. These are so I actually sold a lot of these stocks because I was purchasing fourplex. Like I said, I'll have a video link somewhere in the description for that video if you want to see it, or if you want to go back to the actual May 29th video that I made in my stock picks. But my current stocks that I still currently have are actually MFA, Wells Fargo, WFC, Cinemark, which have a lot of shares in there. So I want them to do well, obviously, but I still believe they're very undervalued. That's why I keep them there. Carnival Cruise, which I think it's still very undervalued, even though it's grown a lot. And oil shares. I think it's UCO. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's like the U.S. oil future shares, and they're worth. They were, I think when I purchased them, they're like at $26, and right now they're at $34.55, and I honestly think they're gonna grow a lot, like a lot, as soon as COVID, you know, really dips in terms of the numbers, or like when people just don't care anymore, or maybe January 1st when people just don't care anymore. I think honestly UCO is gonna like kill it. But anyways, these are my current shares. My current value in my stock portfolio is at 16,856, and you have to understand that I cashed out a lot of stock for my fourplex. My down payment was about like, I think I want to say like $6,000. So I mean, $6,000 isn't a lot, but $6,000 from my entire portfolio, like that's a lot. So just FYI, I think my altogether I would have said my stock portfolio was like at 17,000. My starting money in terms of everything I put into it. And so I literally cashed out all my gains and put it into my fourplex for the down payment and stuff like that, and closing costs, stuff like that. And so anyways, yeah, that's thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions, if you want any more information, or if you also, you can just stay tuned and subscribe, because I'm actually going to be doing another stock pick, and I'm really going to dive this time. I'm really going to dive into the stocks, because I mean, on May 29th I did do a lot of research, but I feel like now I'm going to really get into it, because I want to get these numbers exact. Like, I really don't like the fact that Cinemark didn't perform as well, so I need to dig into the numbers and see where I went wrong, and so I can get really precise with these stocks, because I want to obviously make a lot of money, and the more precise and more information you have, the more power you have in terms of projecting these stocks. So subscribe if you want, and hope to see you guys in my next video for stock picks. See you guys.